In late 2009 and early 2010, China opened up two 300 km/h faster high-speed routes from Wuhan to Guangzhou and from Zhengzhou to Xi'an, and since then, high speeds become a permanent part of Spring Festival rush. Through to late 2009, the only 350 km/h line in China, and at that in the world, was between Beijing South and Tianjin. Yours truly actually counted 51 journeys on this line before the 26th of December 2009, when the Wuhan to Guangzhou part of a Beijing to Guangzhou to Shenzhen to Hong Kong high-speed railway opened. Being able to zip through stations on routes such as Wuqing Station here as the train powered ahead at the full 350 km/h is quite the experience and may be something you want more of. Fully aware of this, the railway is powered ahead building a myriad of new lines. By late 2009 and early 2010, two new editions certified for speeds of 300 km/h and faster were opened. A 968 km long line connected Guangzhou South with Wuhan, and via that southern China with central China. Although initial speeds went up to the full 350 km/h, in summer 2011 speeds were lowered to 300 km/h, although there are plans to restore 350 km/h service soon. The line has 17 passenger railway stations, although in earlier plans up to 25 stations were planned. The largest stations are Wuhan, Changsha South and Guangzhou South. Guangzhou North also deserves a mention as it was a temporary terminus for a few weeks starting in late 2009. Other major stations included the 9-platform Hengyang East Station, where services to Guangxi begin, as well as Zhengzhou West in a more picturesque part of central China. Also, two stations were added after services began, these being Yingde West, opened in 2012, as well as Lecheng East, opened in 2017. Travel time between Guangzhou and Wuhan was slashed from 11 hours by classic rail to just around 3 or 4 by high speed. This part of a Beijing to Hong Kong high-speed route via Wuhan remains one of the busiest in the network, hence plans exist for trains to go faster to carry more passengers. This rail line is also part of the Harbin to Beijing to Hong Kong high-speed corridor, which at around 3,834 kilometers takes riders from northeastern China all the way south of the Tropic of Cancer. Also opened, this one in early 2010, was the Zhengzhou to Xi'an high-speed railway. Like the Wuhan to Guangzhou route, this line did 350 km/h until a nationwide speed adjustment lowered it to 300 km/h from summer 2011. 10 passenger stations dot the 484 km line from Zhengzhou to Xi'an. Major hubs include Zhengzhou East and Xi'an North, and most trains use these today, although in the beginning, city termini including Zhengzhou Main and Xi'an Main were used. Luoyang Longmen Station is the largest station en route and is expected to host even more lines in future, likely necessitating an expansion. Of the 10 stations opened, 3 are in Shanxi, with the rest in Henan. Zhengzhou West was converted from the former Xinjiang South Station and entered into passenger service in late 2015. Trains here can go to either Zhengzhou Main Station or Zhengzhou East. The Zhengzhou to Xi'an high-speed railway finds itself on a high-speed corridor of international importance, as it's actually on the Eurasia Land Bridge route. The whole high-speed part of this route has been opened since February 2021 and is one of the longest in the network at 3,422 kilometers. It goes from Lianyungang on the coast in eastern China all the way to Xinjiang in the northwest. These two lines total a mere 1,452 kilometers, in fact, roughly just as long as the Beijing to Shanghai Classic Railway, which in today's 45,000 kilometer high-speed network is probably a mere 3% of that. And although the two were only linked later starting in late 2012, they heralded a major transition in Chunyun rail transport as more people moved from classic to high speed.